it, Cutch! Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Phillies Setso video cast recapping last night's game between the Philadelphia Phillies and the Milwaukee Brewers as the Phillies defeat the Brewers by a final score of 6-5 as Andrew McCutchen hits two solo shots in last night's ball game, one of them being a leadoff home run. Just a fantastic job by Andrew McCutchen, his second leadoff homer this year. Just unbelievable. Now, guys, before getting into this video, please subscribe if you haven't yet. Please hit the notification bell. Please like this video, comment on this video, share this video, and let's get into this. What a great performance out of the Phillies last night to inch back to 500, now back in first place. You just love to see the Nationals lost. I mean, this crazy. They allowed a grand slam to the pitcher. This is just crazy. The first grand slam hit by a pitcher since 2018. Anthony DeSclafani. So that's pretty funny. And this ball game did not start off too well, right? Aaron Nola was struggling with his command, allowed that leadoff double. It was not starting off too well. There's no question about that. Pick up the scoring summary. Top of the first inning, Daniel Vogelbach, he singles on a line drive to center field. Colton Wong, who led out the ball game with the double, comes around to score. And it's now 1-0 Milwaukee here in the first. So Aaron Nola definitely was struggling with his command. He was getting behind a lot of guys, falling behind on a lot of counts, and he just wasn't locating well. There's no question about it. And we all know he's the best pitcher in this rotation. He's the ace. There's no doubt about it. But not a very good way to start off the ball game. And he's able to work out of the first inning jam and just allow one run. I mean, that was pretty impressive to work out of that jam. I mean, he threw around 30 pitches in the first inning, just absolutely crazy. That was not his best inning. There's no question about that. Then in the bottom first inning, Andrew McCutchen, as I should say, he almost on a fly ball to center field, a straightaway center into the Phillies bullpen. A leadoff home run for McCutchen. That was his third on one of the season, and the ball game is now tied at 1. Great job by Andrew there. I mean, that was awesome, right? You love to see that out of him. I mean, we all know he's been struggling to start off the year. He's been in a bit of a dry spell, so it's nice to see him, do that. You just love to see that. And then in about the third inning, he does it again. He homers on a fly ball, this time to left center field. His fourth of the season, his second of the ball game. The Phillies now take a 2-1 lead. So that was his first multi-homer game since 2017. He was a member of the Pittsburgh Pirates. So it's been quite a while for Kutch since he had his last multi-homer game, and he does it here, right? I mean, he does it here. Yesterday was May 4th, 2021, so nearly 4 years going without a multi-homer game, and he does it last night. Great job, Diego Gregorius. He singles on a line drive to center field. The BCIB, JT Muto crosses the plate, and the Phillies now extend the lead 3-1. This was in the same inning here in the bottom of the third. Didi, I thought he was playing hurt before. He's starting to do a little bit better. Hopefully he continues to, go up on the uptrend. Then Brad Miller blows it open, ladies and gentlemen. Bamboo Brad. I mean, he just blew this game right open. He almost on a fly ball to right field down the line. I was concerned it was going to stay fair or not. A 3-1 shot that scores boom, and Gregorius, his third of the season, and the Phillies now extend the lead 6-1. Great job there by Bamboo Brad. Blowing the doors open right for the Phillies. You love to see that. Now a 6-1 Phillies lead. This should be enough to win you a ball game, and it was, but boy, it got a little bit scary there. But Brad Miller, he's been swinging a hot bat, right? And you saw he's getting a little more playing time due to some injuries, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. But he's taking full advantage of it, and that's what he should be doing. I love to see that. Love to see that, Bamboo Brad. And then at the top of the seventh inning, boy, oh boy, a big-time mistake by manager Joe Girardi there. Alan De Los Santos warming up, and it turns out he did not write him on the lineup card before the ball game, and he's not eligible to come in. Brewers manager Craig Counsell comes out and says that, and the umpire's like, no, you can't bring him in. Joe Girardi totally messed up on that, and then the reason why Brewers manager Craig Counsell did that is, number one, I mean, it was a mistake, but number two, he did the same thing earlier this year. That's what I read. So he made the same mistake, so he was able to, pick that out. And good job, I mean, by Craig Counsell there. I mean, I gotta give it to him. And Joe Girardi, I mean, that's your job. You can't. There's no excuse for that. I understand we all make some mistakes, but I mean, that's pretty disappointing. Top of the seventh inning, we bring in David Hale. This guy is so bad. He's one of those guys that reminds me so much of last year, since he's one of the guys that we acquired from the New York Yankees. And Reese Arias, he singles on a sharp line drive to left field. Alvicio Garcia scores. It's now a 6-2 ball game. Why is this guy still getting opportunities? I mean, I miss Archie Bradley. Hopefully he comes back soon. Jose Alvarado just can't locate his pitches. This bullpen is still so bad, ladies and gentlemen. It's so bad. Heck knows, how in the world does this guy have a 1.88 ERA? I really don't know. This bullpen is still insanely terrible. I don't like it. I don't like it. You saw the first, couple weeks of the season seemed like things were, going great. You saw that stat line they showed on Sunday Night Baseball the other day. Since April 9th, an ERA close to 5 for the whole Phillies bullpen. Ranked 24th in baseball still. It wasn't nearly as bad as it was last year, because last year was history making, right? That's how bad it was. It's hard to get to that point again, but it still ain't good. There's no question. It's still not good. It's not. It's not good. And then Lorenzo Crane grounds out the first base and throws it to Joe Romero covering, and Colton Wong scores, and it's now a 6-3 ball game. So the Brewers now cut the lead in half. And then this next play that would just drive me crazy. Jackie Bradley Jr. homers on a fly ball to center field. A 2-run shot also scores Arias, his third of the season. It's now a 6-5 ball game. Just a one-run game. You saw Dewar was stuck on the fence, and Matt Joyce had to go and literally take him off. Just crazy. Dewar had a shot at catching that. I'm not really going to knock Dewar too much for that. That's not easy to rob a homer. It's just not. So I'm going to be easy on Dewar there. But man, just Joe Romero. Another guy, right? He's smashing the red ball on his arm all the time. And I like Joe Romero. I really like the the fact that he's a lefty. It's just man, oh man. It's just this bullpen. It just always makes it interesting. A one-run ball game. Just you got to clean that up. You got to clean that up. You got to stop letting this team, whoever it is, last name was the Brewers, but whoever it is, right, you saw in the Mets series, it's just you got to stop letting these guys come back in the game. And luckily, that was the final scoring of the ball game. Thankfully, as Sam Coonrad, a fantastic, he's unbelievable. I love Sam Coonrad. He's been by far, he's blown me away. A 6-5 ball game. That's your finals. The Phillies win the first 2 games of this 4-game series, and I fully expect a series win here, at the very least. If we lose the next 2, I'm not going to be happy. I fully expect a series win here. Andrew McCutchen with the 2 knocks last night, the 2 solo homers. Great job, Andrew McCutchen. And he said he was feeling good after the ball game. He's getting close to 200 now. He's working his way up. Just got to be patient. Just very, very small steps. And Reese Hanson's getting a knock with Bryce Harper. No Bryce Harper again. It's just if it's going to take, to having them take a few days of rest, it's worth it, right? We do not want to get him hurt. We do not want to have him go in the IL. So I think we need to be cautious. And I think Joe's making the right choice. Whoever it is, it's the trainer, Joe. He's made, whoever it is, they're making the right call. Just don't put him in. It's just we need to make sure he's well rested. We need to make sure he's okay. But JT Muto, a rare hitless performance. But Alec Bohm, I understand he got a knock last night, but he just doesn't look good. He just doesn't. I talk about it almost every video. It's just it's so frustrating. I'd love nothing more to have this guy succeed, but I can't tell you how many times he's just he's a disappointment. He's just such a disappointment. He hasn't done anything. He's barely done anything this year. And I don't know what's going to take for this guy, right? I just really don't. Roman Quinn exited the ball game. You saw he actually was bunting, and it turned out, I think it hit his finger. And man, oh man, he's most likely going to land on the IL. You saw how painful that looked. Man, oh man, I would not want to have that happen to me, and there's no question about that. And then we had to bring Odubel into the ballgame to take over in center, and he went hitless. But Nick Maton, another hit last night. I tell you what, I've been hearing some things that he's going to start in center when Gene comes back. I think that's the right decision. But Bamboo Brad, as I said before, he's smoking the baseball. This guy's hitting the baseball really hard. 3 RBIs since then, and a 3-run homer. His second 3-run homer of the year, right? You saw it against the San Francisco Giants. Thankfully, we were winning this game, right? And we lost the game that he did against the Giants. We should have won that game, of course. But take a look at Aaron Nola's start last night. 6 innings, 5 hits, 1 run. The run was earned, 2 walks, and 10 Ks. 10 Ks for Aaron Nola. And we all know he did struggle a little bit. Worked out of the bases loaded jam in the 6th. What a great job to work out of that. That was really, really scary. Boy, oh boy, get some swing. He had bases loaded when I was able to get out of it. That's pretty lucky. But the 10 strikeouts, unbelievable. Only 2 walks. He's the ace, right? 2.89 ERA now. And he gets to win now 3-1 on the year. Great job, Aaron. I love this guy, right? We all do. He's awesome. He is just awesome. You all know he struggled a little bit there in the first, struggled a little bit in the 6th. He was having trouble looking. I think in the 6th, I just think that first inning really bogged him down because he's throwing so many pitches and he just wasn't locating well. And he's always throwing his off-speed pitches on, with 2 strikes. He couldn't really seem to get a swing and miss. That was pretty disappointing there. But you saw, a good amount of times he was. 10 strikeouts, but I'm just saying early in the ball game, he struggled with that. And in the 6th, he's able to work out of it. Great job. It's just we all know he's just gassed from that really, really long first inning there. But to only 1 run allowed. Just unbelievable. Only 5 hits. So great job. David Hale, I'm going to go back to it. I just don't like him, right? It's just he doesn't even record an out. 2 hits allowed, 3 runs. It's just Like, you're so bad, David Hale. Like, it's just like, wake up. Like, I don't know. I mean, it's just, he's not good. It's just, he's not. He reminds me, he was, because he was part of the bullpen last year. He's just a last year guy. So, not a fan of David Hale. Joe Romero even, right? Who had that solo run to Jackie Bradley Jr. there. I don't really have a lot of whole faith in Joe Romero either. 6.23 ERA. I mean, you think I trust a guy like that as a 6.23 ERA? I mean, I think he's better than a 6.23 ERA. But he hasn't set the world on fire this year. But Sam Coonrad, a 5-out save. Back-to-back nights we'd have 5-out saves from our closer. The guy that closed out the game. We all know Sam Coonrad is not the set closer. Second save of the season. 2 hits allowed, the strikeout, a 1.23 ERA. I mean, that's amazing, right? We all know he didn't have a great season last year in San Francisco, so Sam Coonrad coming over here, doing a great job with this Phillies bullpen. Of course, he makes some mistakes, we all do, but he's been overall very, very good at his Phillies bullpen. So I've been really, really impressed with how the way Sam Coonrad has thrown. I don't know if I talked about this, but Jose Alvarado was suspended 2 games. He got it reduced down to 2. It was originally at 3. They got it reduced down to 2. Honestly, I don't even like Jose Alvarado. He's really been a major disappointment. He can't even locate his pitches. So, I mean, it's just like, come on. So, a little bit of news. The Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs opened up their season last night. And Scott Kingery getting the walk-off hit. Nice job out of Scott Kingery. Gene Segura and Ronald Terrace also started the game. Gene Segura did collect a single in that ball game. But how about Scott Kingery with the walk-off? I mean, hopefully he gets a swing right. I read an article, the fact that the Phillies were the ones who actually messed up his swing and added an uppercut. And ever since that's the main problem, right? You can't really blame it on the virus. You can't really blame it on, the shortened season. I mean, it's just like that was the problem. Apparently, it's the Phillies' fault for messing up his swing. So hopefully he can get back on track, because I just don't know what's wrong with Scott Kingery. So hopefully that's a sign of things to come. But a lot of the rest of the league, let's go take a look at the divisional scores from last night's ball game. As I hinted to earlier, the Nationals did lose 6-1 to the Braves. As like I said before, the Tenerani of the Nationals did allow a grand slam to the pitcher, which is just like embarrassing. I mean, how do you let that happen? I don't. I mean, that's pretty pathetic. But the Mets-Cardinals game was postponed in St. Louis, so we did not get to see them play. But that's pretty much it for the divisional scores. The Marlins did defeat the Diamondbacks 9-3 or final, as the Marlins have a 12-16 record. So the Braves, the Marlins, they're all struggling here. I mean, even the Phillies, they're only 500. I mean, the best team in our division is 500. The Phillies, 15-15. Just crazy. The Phillies finally win back-to-back games. I mean, it's crazy. It's been like forever. It's been forever since we won back-to-back ball games. I mean, it's just been so long since we have, won back-to-back games. It's just crazy. It's just about time that we finally did it, right? I mean, it's just crazy. And we always, go through this thing where we win one, we lose one. It's just 500 baseball, right? It's just 500 baseball, so we finally win back-to-back ball games. I mean, geesh, it's about time you did it. Big win last night in South Philadelphia for the Phils. Great job. It was a hard-fought W. There's no question about that. And no Bryce Harper. We're able to do it without Bryce Harper. So you love to see that. I mean, that's really saying something. So when the first 2 games of the 4-game set, as I said before, I fully expect a series win, at the very least a series win here. And if we don't win the series, then that's pathetic. I mean, it's just like you're set up to win this series. So I fully expect a series win. Chase Anderson on the mound today, going against Peralta of the Brewers. And then Zach Wheeler on the mound tomorrow, breaking up the Baby Blues for the first time this year. And I'm really excited, as I said before, to see Wheeler in the Baby Blues. That's really going to be awesome. First time appearing in the Baby Blues as a Phil. So, guys, thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe if you have not yet. Please hit the notification bell. Please like this video, comment on this video, share this video. Check out the social media link in the description section at Phillies House of Instagram, TikTok, Finance, Instagram, call or text 267-225-3392. Email me, phillieshotsofat@gmail.com. 7:05 the first pitch tonight. Peralta going against Chase Anderson. Anderson going against his former squad. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm Luke, and I'll talk to you later. Let's go, Phillies. I'll see you.